backing, the facing here. And even you can splice in some of the fabric print, and then for this part here, you could use a little bit of both, or just use buffalo or whatever the Indian print you want, and design it yourself.
Cradleboards are traditional protective baby carriers used by many indigenous cultures in North America. There are a variety of styles of cradleboard, reflecting the diverse artisan practices of indigenous cultures. Some indigenous communities in North America still use cradleboards, like in Red Lake Nation. Cradleboards are used for the first few months of an infant's life, when a portable carrier for the baby is a necessity. Whatever materials are used to make cradleboards, they share certain structural elements. Cradleboards are built with a board, firm protective frame for the infant's spine. A footrest is incorporated into the bottom of the cradleboard, and in this case, there was no footrest, as well as a rounded cover over the infant's head that arcs out from the cradleboard, similar to a canopy or a modern-day baby carriage would. The purpose of this headpiece is to provide shade for the infant, since it could be covered with an animal skin or a blanket in winter to protect against the elements in the colder climate. The headpiece also provides extra head protection in case anything bumps against the cradleboard. Ornaments and sacred amulets are often attached to the headpiece as well. For example, beaded umbilical cords and dream catchers or medicine wheels to amuse and help the infant develop his or her eyesight. The Chippewa tradition was to make a lining for the cradleboard, usually from moss growing in cranberry marshes, which is smoked over a fire to kill insects, then rubbed and pulled to soften it. In cold weather, the infant's feet may be wrapped in rabbit skin with the fur facing inward. The moss lining is surrounded by a birch bark tray insert placed into the cradleboard, which could be removed for cleaning. The cradleboard can also be stood up against a large tree or rock if the infant is small, or hung from a pole, or even hung from a sturdy tree branch. They were also used when longer travel was required, as the cradleboard could be attached to a horse for transportation. Cradleboard use and its effect on mother-infant interaction has been studied in Native communities. It has been shown that cradleboard use has no significant negative effect on this development. In the first few months of infancy, cradleboards have a soothing effect on babies. After 6 months of age or more, infants begin to resist being placed in cradleboards more vigorously as they become more mobile, and they are often placed in the cradleboard with their arms and hands free, so that they can play with objects hung from the cradleboard for their amusement.
Bonjour, my name is Tessa Jones. I've worked on a cradleboard. I learned from Susan Hallett in the Culture Class program at New Beginnings, or Ashkamajatata. What you do is you cut out a board, and then you get material like fabric, cotton, ribbon, bias, all that stuff. We went out and harvested red willow sticks, and that was for the head, not the headboard, but
am I doing it right?
For the head thing, just in case if the baby fell, it'd be protected by the red willow. I sewed on the flaps that go in front of the thing, so that we made a moss bag that's for the baby to lay on. You stuff the moss bag with the cotton and use red because red represents a new beginning, new life. It's good for the new baby. My memorable moment about finishing my Cradleboard and being proud of it and how pretty it was, and when I tried my daughter in it, but she was too tiny for it still. It took me about a month to make the Cradleboard. It just depends on how fast you work at it, how consistent you stay with it. The other things I learned about making the Cradleboard is that the red moss bag is the new beginning, new life, representing for the new baby. I learned that our ancestors used the Cradleboards for the babies and carried them around like that, and it's like it was their car seats back in the day or something, even though they didn't have cars. It's a great experience to make a Cradleboard. I'm very thankful to learn that.
I was just going to say,
I felt them all coming, my face got all red.